Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of the Attraction Activator Academy with Kit and Rosie Volcado. We got Lauren coming on here. Hey Lauren.
So pumped to share everything we have with you today. So pumped.
Yeah, we are so excited. So hold on a second. Skipping ahead. Here we go. So day 2 is all about surrender and gratitude. So if you think back, remember on Sunday when we gave you some surprise intro content? It's technically like day 0 because it's before the challenge really started. But you remember on Sunday when we told you that worthiness was the foundation for everything that you would be doing for the rest of the week, for the rest of the academy. Do you guys remember that? Type in the chat box. So how have you been doing with that? So we want to check in and do a little review how you're doing so far this week. So on Sunday, we asked you to post on your Facebook wall the following phrase: I'm opening myself up to receive more love and appreciation. Please tell me, what are your favorite qualities you love about me? We've seen so many of you guys posting this, which is amazing. But I want to know.
No, this was early bonus content. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go back and do it.
It's in unit 1. In the units. It's also in your email too. So we send out replays in the emails, and it's also all in the units area of the Facebook group. So I want to ask you guys, how many of you did this? Type it in. If you did it, just say caw, or say me, I did it, or whatever. Just yes, exactly. Okay, great. Kai.
How many were like, I'm not the kind of person that does this kind of stuff? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Guilty.
You are here to become more attractive,
yes.
to change your energy, to shift little things about you that hold you back from receiving. And this is an easy way to begin. So if you're not the kind of person, maybe becoming the kind of person could change your life.
Exactly. So I want to ask you guys, though, for those of you who did do it, what emotions came up for you? What emotions came up for you? Maybe right before you did it, once you posted it, while you were waiting. So tell me about that. Oh yeah, shame, joy, happiness, tears. When you read the results, what emotions came up? Joy, 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 happy, emotional, discomfort, gratitude. So I want to ask you guys, was it easy to receive the beautiful things that people said about you, or did you feel guilty or want to resist it or deflect it with humor, or be like, nah, I'm rubbish? It's my favorite UK phrase. People just call themselves rubbish all the time. I loved it. Good. I had fear and was overwhelmed by the beautiful things. Hard to explain, taking it in and loving it. I took it all in. Awesome, guys. Well, you're already advanced attractors then. Those of you guys who are just like, yeah, give it to me, all of it. And I want to ask you, some of you other people I see coming up in the chat box, did you feel embarrassed or maybe scared of what people would think of you? Or did some of you post it and then take it down right away because you were too scared to let your friends and your family see that you posted something like that?
And then get a little nudge by Kit to put it back up.
So just share that in the chat box too. Yep, afraid to be judged, embarrassed and scared. Yeah. Did it anyway. Awesome.
Yes.
So then on Monday, which was technically day 1, we asked you to start building awareness around your thoughts and emotions so you can start consciously choosing the reality that you're living in. And we challenged you to do an exercise called freezing your thoughts by unapologetically singing, let it go, let it go, whenever negative thoughts or emotions came up. So how often were you guys singing that song yesterday? I saw 2 live videos.
Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, for sure. How often did you think, oh shit, it's perfect timing for me to sing that song, but I'm too embarrassed? Resistance. Dozens of times. It's staying in my head. My kid covered my mouth. Oh. I did this today when someone was reversing into my car. Oh my God.
Wow.
I sung my own version in my head. Okay, 3 times just this morning. Great. Awesome, guys. How many of you let the fear of what others thought of you hold you back from participating in the exercise or actually singing it out loud? Or in any of the exercises?
Now, if you didn't do it at all, you can still do it.
Oh, totally.
Sometimes the sitting on it for an entire day and not doing it will create enough pain and enough discomfort that you're like, okay, I'm just going to do it.
So can you just take a moment right now to look at yourself without judgment and know that wherever you're at with these processes, with these ridiculous homework assignments that we're giving you, wherever you're at with them is exactly where you're meant to be. So don't worry if some of the stuff feels too scary or overwhelming. Just take it all with baby steps and know that you can always come back to it when you're ready. And take a moment to recognize that you just built some awareness by reviewing everything from this week, by looking at the emotions that came up around it. That's awareness right there. Now, take a second to pat yourself on the back, shake your booty, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
Or shake your shoulders.
Shake your shoulders. And just celebrate yourself. Sniff your armpits. Smells good. Sniff your armpits. Do whatever you need to do to celebrate yourself for showing up and diving into day 2. High five yourself. Give yourself a social distance hug.
That's creepy.
Socially distant from yourself, right? But before we move on, I want to hear from some of you guys who've been seeing some positive shifts from this work so far. So type in the chat box if you have had a big win this week, or you've already started manifesting some amazing things into your life. Aye. All right. Raise your hand if you want to come on and share real quick. Just a quick little 30-second share. Raise your hand and come on. We'll bring you on. So Michelle Zackerson, Heather White, and Belinda, you guys all have your hands up. I don't know if you're doing that on purpose. We'll bring on Anna Grotsky. Oh, hold on, Anna. Let me just make sure that you're that we can hear you. Okay, say something.
Hello?
Hey!
Thanks for coming on.
I'm going to promote you to panelist so you can come on video, okay?
So Anna, can you share with us a quick 30-second win of what shifted for you in the past 2 days?
So I was doing the little song in my head all last night and today. And this morning I had to take my cat to the vet. And I drove him there, and I was driving to get there, and all these streets were closed, and I had to keep circling the block. And I kept feeling myself getting a little crazy about it. So I'm singing to myself in my head, and I'm picturing the empty parking spot that's going to be in front of the vets because it's street parking. And so I finally get to the vet after circling 3 times. There's a spot in front of the vet office. And then as I'm pulling in and getting ready to get out of the car to pay, this car pulls up next to me, and a guy's waving a ticket out of his window. And I look at him, and I'm like, what? He's like, I already paid and I'm leaving. And I got a free 45 minutes of parking.
Wow, that's awesome.
How a stupid Disney song, which is actually not stupid, it's magical, it's totally magical, can, the choice to sing that shit in your head can instantly create magic.
Yeah, instantly, totally.
It's ridiculous, how silly these games are. They're silly. I'm gonna be real.
That's the power of the volcano.
This is the power of the silliness. This stuff is silly. It's not serious at all. And it works.
Yeah.
And it's you could work really, really, really hard on something, or you could be silly. Which one do you choose?
Yeah. Awesome. Anna, thank you so much for coming on. We love you.
Love you.
All right. Let's just make sure she's back on here before we go on. So many Amy Parkers. Jeez Louise.
How many?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Whoa, so many.
So many. All right. So that's awesome. And you guys keep typing in the chat box if you've been manifesting some stuff this week. If you've been having some big wins or breakthroughs already, and we're only on day 2, we still have a lot of time left together. Imagine what you could create by the end of this week if we keep adding on to this amazing stuff every single day. Manifest a beautiful, colorful rug. Awesome. I can't wait to hear more and more and more.
It's the link going out in the texts. That's what's happening.
Aha!
Yay! Thank you for helping us troubleshoot.
Good to know.
Figure it out.
All right. So today's lesson is birthed from the place all great lessons come from.
Drama, stress, confusion, total inconvenience. Total fucking inconvenience.
This is Kit's little demon inside of his head right now. That's a perfect photo.
And that's one of our most this is one of our most potent lessons that we continue to receive. It gets our clients seriously the best results ever.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna love this.
Yeah.
So it gets our clients to shift their state and attract whatever they want, like money, houses, new leases, getting out of leases, different behavior out of the others, love, joy, you name it. This game will shift it, like for real. And when our clients know what we're teaching today, they'll be like, oh hell.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. All right. So we got a little story to share with you guys. So we're going to bring up a slide, but then I think we're just going to put on our faces for most of the story because it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
So this lesson came out of one of my most desperate moments of anguish. So Rosie's in her first pregnancy trimester, and I've been house hunting for the home that would be perfect for all of us within our budget, within our time frame. And when I say all of us, I mean me, Rosie, 3 dogs, 2 co-parents who live in Sacramento at the
That's
time.
right.
So I'm shopping for like 4 adults with very specific preferences. And it was, you know, a little bit of chaos. So for months, I'm not kidding, for months, I was going out during all of my spare time and scoping out rentals, coming home, taking care of Rosie while she's feeling exhausted, picking up the slack around the house and the business to support her. This is just to say the least, I was feeling stretched a little thin. And it's the first trimester of pregnancy, the hardest. It's like 3 months of your partner having the flu while you are personally managing an existential crisis about your life that's about to change forever, right? So I finally found a place where that couldn't be more perfect for us. It had enough bedrooms, a pool. It finally had it had 3 fireplaces.
3 fireplaces.
3 fireplaces, a view. It was private. It had like privacy for all the 4 of us. And it was like something that all the 4 of us agreed that this was the perfect house for our family, to start a family. But guys, the move date was in 10 days.
Yeah.
10 freaking days. And I knew this was the place. We knew it. We knew it was the place. But to get it.
Also, I think our we had to like break the lease in our current house in order to get this place.
So to get it, a series of things had to happen. We had to put a notice with our landlord ASAP because we had 10 days. In faith that when we put in our lease or put in our notice, we would get the place. We had to find someone to fill our current house so that we wouldn't have to pay rent on 2 places at the same time. We had to get the place secured and sign the lease. And then we had to pack up all of our stuff and move in 10 days. Got it?
Easy peasy for a volcano. We've done this a few times.
Easy peasy, but like pregnant volcano. Yeah. So when you're working on a short, stressful timeline, nothing ever goes as planned, right? And as the universe would have it, you don't get what you want until you learn the lesson you need to learn to get it. And in my case, I couldn't have my dream house until I learned surrender. Universe has been trying to teach me surrender, and it's like, I'm going to dangle a carrot that's so juicy that you finally learn this. So we put in our notice. We signed on new tenants to the current house. We packed everything up for the move. And guess what? We still hadn't signed the lease. It was still not ours. So we still had not signed the lease on the new place. And the landlord was doing renovations, was uncertain when they would be finished, didn't feel confident giving us a lease or a move-in date. And it's 4 days before we're supposed to move out. Everything's packed up. Everything's ready to go. People are waiting to move in. Everything but our toothbrushes and our 2 outfits were packed. And the anxiety inside of me, it's like starting to mount, starting to twist a little bit. And that's when the shit hit the fucking fan. So
perfect timing.
You know, that right there was not the shit. The shit is about to hit the fan. You guys ready for it? So, you know, when you're like really done, you're really ready to move out, you're like ready to move on, and all the things that you really dislike, they get worse. So the home on Orange Avenue really started to rear its ugly head. The homeless people in the neighborhood, just like, they were getting fucking belligerent, pooping on sidewalks, yelling up and down the streets late at night. Cars in our driveway were getting broken into. Thankfully, they weren't ours.
Actually, they were just stolen.
Actually, ours got broken into and nothing got taken.
Yeah.
Our neighbor's car in the driveway got stolen. There was a huge heat wave that hit San Diego, and the place where the weather is like so sweet, just so perfect, we were just dripping sweat. The washer and dryer broke while we're dripping sweat.
See, I mean, San Diego, you guys, is like 99% of the time, you don't need heat or air conditioning. The temperature is literally perfect.
It's just like these things are mounting,
Yeah.
mounting, dripping sweat, one pair change of clothes, and then guess what happens? Our house becomes infested as fuck with fleas. Every single surface, bites all over our legs, bites all over Rosie's legs that she can't treat because she's pregnant. She doesn't know what she could put on a flea bite when she's pregnant. And here we are, Rosie's pregnant, both of us dripping sweat, all of our clothes are packed away, we're getting eaten up by fleas, we're researching how to kill them without harming a baby, and we have no certain place that we're going in the next 4 days, right? So I have this very vivid memory of being barefoot in the living room, wearing a face mask, this is before face masks were trendy, and goggles. And I'm dripping sweat in the same clothes that I've been wearing for days. And I had this little misting thing, and I'm misting every single piece of fabric, couch, rug, bath mat, cushion, powder with this powdery white substance called something I don't even know how to pronounce.
Diatomaceous earth.
Thank you. And the dogs are just
non-toxic.
Then the dogs, they're whining and yipping, and like every time, like a flea will bite them every single minute, and they'll be like, you know how like dogs like whine and yip when they get bit by a flea? And Rosie's just like fanning herself in the bedroom while I'm just trying to be like the hero dad, like taking care of it all. And the anxiety inside of me.
Oh, did you tell them our washer and dryer broke?
Yeah, that too. The anxiety inside of me felt like it was like crawling up my belly button, twisting at the front of my chest and the back of my neck, just like the worry, the fear. It was just so intense I couldn't fucking function.
Claire says, light a match!
Light a match! And I remember collapsing at the end of the bed in tears from so much stress and worry, saying, and making a very clear and fucking firm decision. And I said to myself, I don't care if I don't get what I want anymore, because wanting this deeply and badly and not having and thinking the only way that I can be happy is by getting this house is killing me. And I was just like, I surrender. I give up. And there comes a time in life where surrender is literally like the only thing that you can do. The deepest surrender, a real surrender, is one of pure faith and trust. One that says, despite how grim the circumstances look to me right now, despite how deeply I believe right now I can't have this thing that I want so bad, or it's the only way to make me happy, I'm no longer willing to suffer because of my lack or my perceived lack. I give up my pain, I give up my worry, I give up my anxiety, I give up my judgment of what is right now to something greater than me. And so surrender for me, it's this clear, firm fucking decision that I make when I take full responsibility for being the sole creator of my life and my pain, and I get fed up enough with my mental anguish that I am perpetuating in my own life. So right there, I make a clear and firm decision that I'm no longer going to use circumstances of my life as the reason for me to feel shitty. Y'all say that. Just repeat that with me. I'm no longer going to make circumstances of my life as a reason for me to feel shitty. And when I say shitty, I mean terrible behaviors, thoughts, judgments that I participate in that just hold me back from joy. I'm going to stop holding myself back from joy. I'm going to stop using this as a reason to not feel joyful. So in most cases, for me, it's like this, like I'm an achiever. So it's this deep wanting for something that I don't currently have, that I think the having of it will solve all of my internal and external problems, right? So surrender means to me that I'm willing to believe 100% that there is a better way than the one I'm trying to force right now. That's surrender. So for those of you who are into A Course in Miracles, this is one of my favorite quotes. Those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety. So the most powerful thing you can give up is your attachment to an outcome for things to be different in order for you to be happy. Here we are teaching you manifestation, and we're like, give up Give up, bitches.
Just let it go.
Just give up. Just let it go, right? So true surrender means you have to give up all of your judgments of anything being wrong in the moment so you can be connected to source.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I'm willing to accept everything right here, right now as perfect. And the minute I did this, I channeled this exact exercise and it's going to help so many of you. It's helped so many of our clients manifest instantly. And it's going to be one of our Attraction Activator assignments today, which we're going to share later. So we're just teasing you with it right now. I'm just teasing you with it. So as I'm working on this like total gut-wrenching, soul-cleansing release of surrender, Rosie is simultaneously working her own magic spell at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is something totally different.
So totally different, but totally complementary, which is how we end up working always. When these
Opposite,
things come through us.
but complementary.
Not even opposite. But anyway, let's just take a few steps back. So just rewind before Kit had his epiphany, when he's laying at the end of the bed, dramatically crying and surrendering to the universe. And usually when Kit reaches this state, there's no point in trying to shift him. There's no point in trying to talk to him. So I'm just like, okay. You know, he's done. It doesn't matter what I say or do. He's reached this conclusion that everything is terrible and we should probably just give up on life and implode. Just like hit the implode button, like, yeah, fuck it all, right? And so in this moment, me, Mama Roro, I decided I was gonna take matters into my own hands because I was pregnant and I needed a home, right? And so I'm like, well, here's Kit crying on the end of the bed. I decided I'm going to manifest this house come hell or high water. And I knew that with the vibration Kit was carrying in that moment, that he was sending momentum in the opposite direction of where we wanted to go. And so I'm like, so I'm like, all right, I need to leave the house. Goodbye. So I get in the car and I started practicing a technique that we had been practicing religiously for about a year with outstanding results. I mean, seriously, amazing results. We'll get into that story another time. But the inspiration comes from one of our other favorite manifestation masters, Joe Dispenza. Oh, we call him Joey D. Okay?
Boyfriend Joey D.
We call him our boyfriend Joey D because we love him. We just really like all the teachers that we share with you. You guys write them down, pay attention, and we can share the resources later. So we've got Abraham Hicks, we've got Jensen Sarah, we've got A Course in Miracles. Now we have Joe Dispenza coming in. And so this is a quote of his. Can you give thanks for a new life before it's made manifest? Because the longer you feel gratitude, the more you're drawing your new future toward you. Because gratitude means it has already happened. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. So this concept immediately came to mind when I decided to go to the store. I started driving to the store and I imagined how awesome our new house is. Not is going to be, how awesome it is. How amazing the views are. How nice it is to wake up with the dawn right outside our bedroom window and all the birds singing instead of the freeway noise and the homeless people pooping on the sidewalks. How nice and accommodating the landlord is. So generous and wonderful. Wow, I feel so safe and peaceful here. We just leave our car doors unlocked all the time. It's great. We actually leave our front door unlocked all the time. When I open the front door, I feel warmth and comfort from one of our 3 fireplaces. Wow, sharing the pool with our family and our friends feels exciting and luxurious. And spending most of my pregnancy here and bringing a newborn into this home just feels so wonderful. There's no privacy for us and our co-parents. We're two separate couples raising a child together, so we need our privacy from each other, but we also want to, be able to share most of the house with each other and with the baby, and there's just enough privacy and also like common space for all of us. It feels amazing, and I just feel so much gratitude for this house and everything that it has given us. My heart is like bursting with how awesome this house is and how much I love living in this house. So at the store, I pick out some nice wine, I pick out a little tray of baklava, and a beautiful thank you card. And I come home and I walk in the door and I run up to Kit and I say, babe, we got our dream home. Let's write a thank you card for our new landlord. And he knew exactly what I was doing and he immediately played along. So together we wrote a sincere thank you note to the landlord for choosing us as tenants. And afterward, Kit revealed to me that he had had a similar epiphany while I was at the grocery store.
So I had worked myself into so much pain, gut-wrenching desire that I knew I had to surrender and embrace that there was something even better in the works that I was not letting in because I was attached to an outcome. So I decided that I was going to fully embrace what is being total perfection and be in the moment. And that's when this game that I channeled called the Why Is This Perfect game came through to me. And the Why Is This Perfect game looks like this. You make a list of, you guys are going to hate this. You guys are, anybody who like wants something really, really, really bad right now, you guys are going to hate this, but it is, if you do it, and you do it with so much sincerity, it will work. You ready for this? So you make a list of 100 reasons why you would be genuinely happy to not have the thing that you desperately desire, to not get it. Give up. I'm telling you, give up. I told you to come on this challenge to manifest whatever you want. The first thing I'm telling you is give up. Give it up. So you cannot stop the list, this list of 100, until you have turned that corner of actually not wanting that thing anymore that you're so hungry for. Mm-hmm. Not wanting it at all. So this is why this perfect game, the Why Is This Perfect game, this is what it looks like.
Kit, why would you be 100% beyond ecstatic and so delighted to the core of your being not to get this house and in fact be homeless with your pregnant wife?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I wrote this list with such dedication because I was just done feeling terrible. And I was like, you know what? I need to just dedicate to a different future and be okay with it. I'd be okay if anything happens. And that's when Rosie got home and we expanded upon the list and we just had so much fun. And so here was our list. Well, we could go stay in my sister's apartment in Dallas. It's sitting empty right now while she's traveling in Europe for the next 2 months, and we could help her with rent.
Mm-hmm. We could go on an epic road trip to all the national parks in an RV.
We could live with my older sister and help her with the kids and save a bunch of money for our baby. No big deal.
We could just go like house sit somewhere exotic for the summer. That'd be fun.
We could literally do anything because we weren't tied to a lease. Mm-hmm. And the minute we fully realized that even wanting this place, we weren't even wanting this place anymore. We actually were 100% thrilled about it not happening.
We were actually like almost more excited about the unknown and all these different possibilities of like having a summer of adventure or whatever. So we work from home, we can work from anywhere, you know? And so by the end of, I don't know, we must have sat there for like an hour in the kitchen that day.
Just getting so thrilled about possibilities.
We get so excited about it. And by the end, we're kind of like, yeah, I don't even really care. And then pretty much as soon as we were done with that,
we released it, we let it go. And then the landlord called and he's like,
that minute,
come sign the lease, it's ready.
The minute we were done with that exercise, I remember we were sitting in the kitchen. I think we were sitting on the kitchen floor. And which is a random place. Like we have chairs all over our house. Of course, there were fleas on them. So we're just like crouching, sitting in the kitchen, eating cucumbers. I think we're on a Purium cleanse or something, and just saying all these lists, all these reasons, getting super excited about it, and then boom, phone rings immediately.
So guys, this is magic. So I started giving this assignment to all of my clients, my team, and there's one person on my team, my little sister. Isn't she cute? So do you know what's really hard when you've got when you're as your job, like my job is to hold people accountable to their magic, right? And when you have this like cute little precious like redhead like Cupid doll baby sister, and you see her struggling with magic, with having what she wants in her life, like I just want to be like, oh, I'll get it for you. Let me just get it for you. Let me just get it for you. So my little sister was struggling with money and she wanted a new computer. I just wanted to make it easy and buy her one. But instead, I was like, you know what? Teach her how to play this game so she can have what she wants whenever she wants it. And we're going to have her come on and share with you
when we taught her this game. So, all right, great. I think Kristen's already got her hand raised too. Awesome.
So it's not just us that this works for.
Well, of course not. It's good to hear, a couple different versions of this. Hi, Kirsten. Hold on just 1 second here, and let me get you spotlighted.
Who here has done this game with us, and you're like, oh my God, it's worked a miracle for me? Just type in the chat box.
Yeah. All right, Kirsten, tell us like the lead up, what was going on, what was happening in your life, and then what happened when you started doing the Why Is This Perfect game?
Okay. It was August 13th of last year when I looked at my pictures. It was August 13th and I was starting grad school 2 weeks later and I didn't have a computer. I was working with the little volcano at the time from an iPad and I don't know. I needed a computer for school and I was freaking out about it. But I decided to do this practice. And I would always be like, yeah, I don't have a computer, so it's taking me longer to do work for you guys, which is probably why you're like, oh, anyways.
Admin person.
So I decided to pick up, I wanted to make it more of like, this is fun because this is a hard activity to do. So I went to Wayfair. I bought like 3 croissants, which is this really great bakery. I went to this great spot in La Jolla on the beach. I took a journal and a pen and I made it like a celebratory activity to do. And I wrote 100 reasons why what's going on right now is perfect, and why I'm grateful for it. So like,
I think when I gave you this assignment, like why you're grateful that you don't have the money to buy a computer and you don't have one.
Right. And I went even further. It wasn't even just the computer. It was just like my finances in general too, of like, why is having student loans perfect? Why is needing to pay back money to an old job perfect? Like I just went, why is where I'm living right now perfect? I kind of just wanted to do a whole flush of 100, and I was getting stuck on reasons too, so I was just adding in everything. 100 reasons why the situation right now is exactly what it needs to be and why I'm grateful. Like going to school and needing to take out student loans, I ended up in San Diego. My whole family ended up in San Diego. Like there's so many reasons that you can just keep going and going. So I ate the croissants, I got a little sunburn, I wrote the 100 reasons. And then the next day, it had to have been like the next day, I get a text from a coworker at a different job that I was like phasing out of, that I was just kind of collecting checks from. And he goes, oh, you have a check here for like $1,400. It just was written today, or like you just slid into your mailbox today. And I was like, what? Like, this is what I need to cover the computer and more. And
you weren't expecting this check.
No, it was not. I had no idea that the check was coming. I kind of thought maybe it was an accident, but you know what? It had my name on it. I did the practice. It's mine.
Yes.
Wow.
I love it.
I went and I cashed the check, and I went to the Apple store with the $100 bills, bought a new MacBook Air like the week before school started in $100 bills. And then I think I bought like some leggings and a sports bra with the extra 200.
Amazing. Oh my God, that's awesome. Was there anything else that came from that exercise or just the 1,400?
I feel like everything just comes now. I mean, I've got a new car. I ended up with a new phone. I keep finding cash everywhere. It's just like, that was a helpful shift. And now just like the last check, I found $60 on the ground somewhere. Like it just keeps flowing.
Like also maybe some love.
What was that?
Also maybe some love.
Oh yes, that too. I that wasn't part of it, but yes, that too.
It's been like, it's a domino effect. It is.
Yeah.
I agree. Definitely everything has just been improving, like in all areas of my life. Just the better it gets, the better it gets, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kirsten, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story.
It's so fun to have you on live.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever brought you on live before.
No, you haven't. I made sure to get ready and wear my little volcano shirt.
You look awesome. All right, we love you.
Love you. Bye.
All right, just a second. Let me pull the slides back
All right.
up.
Did we frame these exercises enough for you guys to like want to know exactly how to do them?
Yeah, like, are you guys ready to learn
Are you like
how to actually do this assignment?
Are you over most, if not all of your resistance to just fucking let it go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Teach me how.
All right, so this is the Why Is It Perfect game.
So you're gonna write down that one thing that you desperately want so bad that brings you just an aching pain. And now if you don't have something that brings you an aching pain, something that you just want.
Yeah, right. Like a laptop might not bring you an aching pain, but like it could be something you really just want.
Yeah.
And then write 100 plus, you can keep going if you want to, reasons why life would be way better if you never got that thing.
Never, ever.
Mm-hmm. And then write until you are 100% sold on not wanting it.
Fuck this thing. I never even wanted it.
And
There's so much better that I could have. There's so much better in life. Oh my God.
Yeah, for each one, Maria. So she's saying for each aching pain. Yeah, you want to do one at a time.
You know, this exercise is going to take its own. These are the directions I give
There are no rules in the volcano.
and your intuition will guide you, and it's really just about like talking yourself out of all the things that you're like clawing for.
Right. So for instance, for us, it was a house, right? For Kirsten, it was, why is it perfect that I'm in debt right now? Why is it perfect that I don't have money for a computer? So that's a little bit more of like a general broad thing, right? It's not necessarily about something that you desperately want, right? Kirsten wanted this laptop, but really the list was more about the reasons why it's perfect that she is in debt. The reasons why it's perfect that she went to school in San Diego. The reasons why it's perfect. All
Everything that got her into debt. It'll just kind of open a can of worms for you. But the point of this exercise is to write until you're 100% solid on not wanting the thing that you think you want. And it was really tied to money with Kirsten. So that's why it turned into the laptop and the debt and all of that. And it's gonna open for you.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's not a thing but a feeling? No, you know what? I love that it doesn't have to be a material thing. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally.
100%. It can be a feeling.
Yeah. And so give us an example, Julie. What's the feeling for you?
Stability. Yep, it can be about stability. 100%.
Oh, totally. So like, why is it perfect that I do not have stability? So whether it's mental stability, emotional stability, financial stability, any of the above, for sure, finding reasons why that is perfect is going to bring you into the energetic vibration that you need to be to surrender, to feel gratitude, and then ultimately to shift into stability.
Yes, it can be peace. It can be top surgery. It can be anything.
Oh my gosh, we've done it for kids' top surgery.
Oh, and yeah, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole, oh my God, that story is ridiculous.
From the beginning, I decided I never needed it.
Yeah.
And then it came to me for free.
Yeah. All right. And then so the second part of this exercise we call gratitude amplitude, because gratitude, just bringing in an element of gratitude to this whole thing is going to amplify the Why Is This Perfect game. It's going to amplify it. It's going to multiply it. It's going to just multiply it exponentially. And bringing yourself into a state of gratitude, like we talked about with Joe Dispenza, giving thanks for the thing before it's made manifest. It brings you into that electromagnetic signature so that your energy is vibrating at the state in which you want to draw more of the same to you. So if you're feeling grateful for something before you have it, you're going to be drawing that thing to you with your energy. That's how it works. Like attracts like, right? So you really have to shift the energy that all of the subatomic particles inside of your atoms and nucleuses and cells and organs inside your body are emitting, right? And so take that one thing from your list from the last exercise, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a house, whether it's stability, whatever it is. Set a timer for 10 minutes and visualize yourself receiving this experience, receiving the laptop, receiving the house, receiving stability, what that looks like to you. Now pay attention to the feelings. This is really important, the emotional feelings, the feelings that come up for you during this meditation, and write them all down after the meditation. It's just 10 minutes, guys. Write down all the feelings that came up for you when you were receiving this thing that you want to create in your life. And then afterwards, write a thank you note to this experience. The note could be addressed to your future self. It could be addressed to the universe. It could be addressed to your future house or someone who is pivotal to this experience. It could be addressed to your debt. It could be addressed to whatever it is that you need to surrender and feel gratitude for. For instance, for us, it was the landlord. And it was also like the uncertainty right? Like, thank you, uncertainty, for helping us get this house, right? And repeat this exercise as often as possible, as often as you need to. And you can send the thank you note if you want to. We ended up giving the landlord the thank you note and the wine and the baklava, right? Because we got the call immediately afterwards. And so luckily I had all the stuff with me and we just took it with us, went to the house and signed the lease and gave him all the stuff, right? Gave him the thank you card that we had written before we even knew whether we were going to be his tenants.
This works for anything. So if you're like, what if it's something you want to get rid of? Getting rid of something, you still get something. Selling your house, you still get money from selling your house, you know?
Yeah.
Anything that you want. Anything.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So these are your 2 homework exercises today. Don't forget that when you post about anything, whether it's on your personal timeline or within the group, you are entered in, you get raffle tickets every time you post. Okay, so every time we have somebody tracking you, as long as you use the hashtag AttractiveAF July 2020, use that hashtag whenever you post something about this challenge. And we have somebody tracking the hashtags. She'll write your name down and you'll get raffle tickets to win prizes. So you could win one of these amazing shirts with your face on it, or we're adding a new prize in today, guys. So we're adding in the Starman Tarot deck. Every time Kit and I do an online challenge, we go out to eat at our favorite ramen place and we pull cards from our favorite deck of the moment. So we have all different decks of oracle cards, tarot cards, whatever. This is what we did on our first date 8 years ago. On July 20th, it was 8 years ago we had our first date. And ever since then, it was actually our first business. Our first business was called Lesbian Tag Team Tarot, where we do tarot card readings for people with acro yoga and massage at birthday parties. It was kind of a performance. Anyway, so this is one of our favorite new decks. I got this for my birthday last year. David Bowie is like definitely one of my spirit guides, and so I feel very connected to him. And the guy that designed and wrote the descriptions for these cards actually worked with David Bowie personally and knew him very well. And so there are stories about him with each card, and obviously you can see they're very psychedelic and very like deep and meaningful, powerful cards. So we're going to throw in a deck of these cards as one of the prizes. All you have to do to win these cards is do your homework and post about it in the group.
And post about it.
And use the hashtag. You always get bonus points. So you will double your raffle tickets if you do a live video. Because live videos, like say for instance, you want to do your Wise is Perfect on a live video where you're saying the reasons out loud and we can see you, we can feel you, we can connect to you. It's way more vulnerable, as you guys know, to do a live video than it is just to do the exercise on your own, to write it down on your own and then make a little post about it. It's very vulnerable to do this stuff live. And in fact, that vulnerability acts as an amplifier as well. It also allows us to connect to you and create a communal energetic shift. So this work is way more powerful when we do it in community, which is why we do it in community.
I just want to say that there's no one perfect way to do your homework. Just do what's genuine and authentic to you. That's the most important thing. Yeah. Take the step that's in front of you that you know you're here to take, and doors will open. You'll become attractive AF. Use the hashtag Attractive AF July 2020, and you'll win a bunch of shit.
Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, so this is your homework. Just play each game, post about it. And then don't miss out on Coach Corey's presentation about gratitude later on today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. If you need to go to bed, if you're in the UK or whatever, don't worry, we'll send a replay to you as soon as we have it ready to go. And it'll be posted in the Facebook units as well. So I would not miss this if I were you. Coach Corey is amazing. So thank you guys so much for coming today. We appreciate all of you. We are so grateful for all of you. Everything about this is perfect. And we're going to be playing that game all day too. So we love you guys.
Corey might actually be doing breathwork in that session. I'm not sure though.
Oh.
You might be getting breathwork.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love you guys. I'm going to stop the recording and I'll see them for just an extra
we'll do a little
2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to stop the recording. Here.